Post stream. Hope you're all doing well this fine day. As you know, quick save scum because well, there were vampires and I have a sunlight mace and they were not taking too kindly to the radiant damage.
How about the flop house? It has plenty of spare beds.
Great! We can bunk with 10 other people and pray.
Frego's flop house.
We'd be better off sleeping in the gutter than that den of iniquity.
Alright, let's have a quick chat with people.
Many victims for Cazador here. They're the kind of people no one would ever miss.
Bloody ages we spent hiking from Murren. And they won't let us in the city proper. Bollocks. We're adventurous, damn it.
There's no respect here. My magic could level this city, but I'm treated like a commoner.
You're damn right. I can't believe they wouldn't let us in. The bridge guard chatted some shite about a coronation. Couldn't really make head nor tail of it.
Come to Baldur's Gate, he said. Adventurers get welcomed as heroes, he said. Poxy Drim and his bleeding notions.
Excuse me, stream, just making a cup of tea.
Listen, it's got private rooms.
Because I'm British and that's how we do.
And all-round pleasant folks, from what I'd probably break his nose. Good boy. How about the flop house? It has plenty of spare beds.
Yeah. So where are we at? What are we doing? We got gnomes to find, got murders to solve, evidence to get, people to talk to.
Sir, good, sir. Give me 3 days and... Oh, apologies. Thought you were someone else. Greetings, so forth, so on.
Who did you think I was?
The landlord, Sir Frego Antuna. A most generous soul, I assure you.
I'm looking for a killer, a dwarf, dressed in red. Kinda just like you.
How dare you? Accusing an upstanding citizen like me of being a dwarf? I'm a halfling.
That's fair. My racism. What's this book? Flophouse rules.
The master plans to expand his territory. Take Candlekeep.
To all tenants of Frego's Flophouse, please observe the following edicts and associated costs with careful, steadfast attention. Fold sheets neat across the bunk before leaving, 2 gold. No big smells, 3 gold. No tipping janitorial staff. He gets paid plenty, 5 gold. No outside food, eaten inside, 2 gold. No marks left on the latrine, ever.
Word to the wise. Give that ill-mated temple a wide berth. Rude buggers.
I already said this. The High Priest just died.
They wouldn't let me in. Spouted some tripe about my sort and absolutist murderers. I only wanted to sit down a minute.
What's your trade?
Let me show you.
Okay. I mean, yes, take everyone's potions of healing. Featherfall, healing. Okay. And animal speak, because we always want to talk to the animals. Exchange that for a ruby. I have a potion of mind reading, never going to use that. Yeah, sure, take my gold.
Pleasure doing business.
At some point I'm going to have to do a big redistribution. Ah, burnished necklace. Yeah, let's sell that to you as well.
This place is real shabby. But at least folk don't look at you funny in here. Need anything?
Let's see what you have in stock. There we go, that's what I'm looking for.
Pleasure doing business.
Is to keep watch.
Alright.
Scouring places like this behind. Part of me will miss it.
We should go. I do not want to face the Master if we're late for his Black Mass.
Soon, sister. I only need one more mark.
We have enough for the Master. No more needed.
It's not for the Master, it's for me. I spent 100 years eating rats and dogs, but soon I'll be able to feast. I want someone there, ready for me. And once the Mass is done and our Lord grants us freedom, I can celebrate by drinking them dry.
Cazador promised you your freedom, and you believed him? Ha! You were never burdened with intelligence, Terlas. But your load seems especially light these days.
Astarion? It cannot be.
Oh, that's no way to welcome back a brother, doll. Didn't you miss me?
Why would you come back? You got out. You were free.
Hold my tongue.
Isn't it obvious, sister? He wants to ascend with the rest of us. He heard about the ritual and the power our master will grant us, so he came back with his tail between his legs, hoping all would be forgiven.
You always were an idiot, Terlas. Is he hiding? Tell me!
Brother! Please!
Astarion, stop. Oh, okay. Cool.
Fine. You owe your wretched life to my friend. Now tell me what I need to know.
The Master is preparing the Black Mass. Beneath his palace, there's a defiled chapel. It was hidden there the entire time. Hidden from us all. Do you really think you can stop him?
I'm the only one who can. The sun can't harm me. Cazador can't compel me. I don't need to fear him anymore. Now go, before I change my mind about roasting you, brother.
This isn't over, Astarion.
Poor fools. They actually think Cazador will save them.
Well, I'm glad you spared them.
You sound surprised. I am capable of doing the right thing from time to time. They're no threat to us. And they have no choice but to do Cazador's bidding. I pity them. Worst of all, they don't know their fate's already set. They're doomed. The only question is whether their lives will be sacrificed to a monster like Cazador, or serve a greater purpose. 7 sigils on 7 spawn. And Cazador has the other 6. We have to face him and take that power for ourselves.
I mean, those 6 spawn are your brothers and sisters. Are you really willing to sacrifice them?
Trust me, I'd rather slaughter someone else's family, but if that's what it takes. And it's not like their sweet innocence. They brought Cazador just as many victims as I did. You're not getting sentimental, are you? I thought you were with me on this.
And what if we're walking into a trap?
Then we'll deal with it. It can't be worse than everything else we've faced. And now we know he's skulking beneath his palace. We can take the hunt to Cazador. All right, let's go. This place stinks of rat blood and despair.
Fair enough.
Bloomin' hell, you look famished. I've got some victuals that'll warm you right up.
I'm getting a bit peckish. What have you got?
Have a skeg at these.
Okay, cool. She's got meats and things.
That should do you.
Cool. Use this conveniently placed ladder.
That shapeshifter's key unlocked the door. Interesting.
Ah, right. What we got here? Temple plans.
These tunnels were full of shapeshifters. Father Lorgan's name is written here too. These tunnels were full of shapeshifters. Father Lorgan's name is written here too.
Bloodstained parchment freed. Messy splatter, deep red brown adorns this scrap of parchment. Those wishing to face the Dreadlord's tribunal enter the Temple of Bar must slay the targets on the list, frame the corpses as murdered by the Cult of Absolute, bring the victim's hand as proof of the killing, walk in blood aspirant, Duke Bale and Stalemate, Noblesing Tavern, Lower City killed. Father Logan, Open Hand Temple, Rivington killed. Dribbles the Clown, Circus of the Last Days, Rivington killed. Cora Highbury, Large Home near Baldur's Gate Mouth Gazette, Lower City. Facemaker's Fashion, Lower City. Okay.
A list of names. Father Logan's on here, crossed off. A target list, perhaps.
Scarlet leather armor. Examine. Okay. Good to sell.
Blood near the bed.
Bloodstain, no. 2 hands, now 2 hands. 2 of them, more needed, not enough. Must cover myself in the gory, covered in blood and more.
Notice some blood has pooled on the wooden floor.
Tries to discern the source of the blood. Guidance!
You notice the blood's source. A body hidden under the bed.
Pull out the body. Finds key.
It's identical to the one held by that corpse in the tunnels.
The best wives and mothers. And recast people dead.
Is not considered.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Who are you?
Leon. Gold grind.
How did you die?
Murdered by my son.
A son who spills his own mother's blood is fated to spill plenty more.
What were you doing when you died?
Seeking answers.
What answers did you seek?
My boy had a secret. Evil secret.
What does your son look like?
Dwarf, like me. Dresses in red.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Are those organs in these vials? Yuck.
Really? Okay. Give that to Astarion. Give those to Astarion, why not?
I just want somewhere warm and safe.
What do you reckon, lad? You trust these steel watcher thingamajigs?
Trust me about his family sound from him.
It's alright, well, we can get work repaired.
Okay. A dwarf dressed in red.
Also has...
This place is real shabby. But at least folk don't look at you funny in here. Need anything? Pleasure doing business.
You'd be better off sleeping in the gutter than that den of iniquity. I just want somewhere warm and safe. Look at you. Exhausted. You've been pulling all-nighters to keep watch. I know you have. Well, I did. Which means we're getting a real room. You're not staying in a brothel.
Listen, it's got private rooms, music, and all-round pleasant folks.
Whatever we need, we can get in Worm's Crossing.
Yeah, let's go.
High-class produce, low-class. Does the hand not assist the lips?
Up there, Danthalan's dancing axe. The Harper's safe house Jahira mentioned.
How else was I supposed to see the rock?
Luxury. We don't need 20.
I mean, let us have a quick chat with this toy maker then.
I barely got a moment's sleep last night. And no, not in the good way.
Was that human boy insisting on playing his acoustic lute version of High House of Wonders again?
Nine hells! You followed me all the way here? What could you possibly want with me now?
I found the explosive toy bear you donated to those poor refugees.
How? Nine hells? Whatever you think you know, I'm sure some gold would help you to forget.
If I were after gold, I would have gutted you and taken it.
Please don't. What do you want from me? It's not my fault. I was forced to do this. Framed even. They would have killed me if I refused to rig the toys. And they're definitely going to kill me now.
They? Who is this they?
I can't tell you. I won't tell you.
Alright, tell me who they is, or you'll be dead before they even get to you. Ooh. Guidance. Roll. Ooh, just the success.
All right. Just don't hurt me. The teddy bears were an experiment. My greatest invention. A clever little device in their chest allows them to speak. But there's more. Smoke powder inside the device. I collect packages from Verloga's fireworks in the lower city and stuff the bears with it. Not because I want to, because I have to. Otherwise, they'll kill me.
And you'd rather kill children than risk your own skin?
It sounds terrible when you put it like that, but maybe you can put a stop to this whole operation. I don't know who's in charge, but it starts at the fireworks shop. That's where the packages come from. Go there. Tell them Uncle Verloga sent you, and they'll show you the smoke powder. Lots of it. There. I told you what you wanted to know. Now, will you let me go?
His plea comes with an offering. A pass granting you access to the lower city.
What's this, bribery? The only place you're going is prison.
You can't be serious. They'll find me. A cell won't keep me safe. They run this city.
I mean, at least in prison, there'll be walls to break through before anyone can get to you. Oh, no, I could just kill you, but I'm giving you a chance. I suggest you take it.
All right, I'll go. But if I'm found hanging in my cell, it'll be on your conscience.
I don't take much,
This might end up being the first day in years I end with my hand alone for company.
You keep scaring your regulars off, Sorn.
Another case closed, another bottle open. Huzzah to Valeria! Hang on a tick. I recognize that face. You were talking to Yanis after I left the temple. I'll bet she's put you up to something.
Ah, she asked me to find Logan's real killer, seeing as though you can't be bothered.
Why must you busybodies insist on interrupting a perfectly good night? I know that look. You remind me of Devella. Fine. If you doubt my conclusions, out with it. What have you found?
A group of shape-shifting assassins were under the temple, along with more murder victims.
While that is startling, it still doesn't disprove my theory that Brilgor killed Father Lorgan, does it? That's what you need if you want to change my mind. Hard evidence. A reason, too, if you're at it. Why was Lorgan killed?
I mean, I found a murder weapon that you missed in the tunnels under the temple.
That's quite the discovery. Doesn't tell me everything, though. Why was Lorgan killed?
I assume for the same reason as all the others people on this list. I assume for all the same reason as all the other people on the target list, to gain Bal's favor.
Really? You as well? Duvella's been harping on about Bal for months. Fancies herself something of an expert. I assumed it was just a bunch of conspiracy codswallop and fear-mongering. But she's been unusually insistent about this one, even for her. Fine. I'll bite. What's your theory?
It's not a theory, I have proof. This document contains information about connecting the murders to the Ballast resurgence.
No need to wave documents at me. I'm already drowning in paperwork as it is. Constable Duvella is going to be a real pain in the trunk about this. Since you seem to be on an obnoxiously similar wavelength, why don't you seek her out? She'll be at the Elf Song Tavern. Show her the list, and I'll stay and inform the Fist here. Oh, and you'll need this pass. It'll give you access to the lower city. Well? What are you waiting for? You've a bloody conspiracy to solve. Move!
Okay.
This the lips? The lips.
And you take me to the rooftop?
You don't have to think about it, Queen.
Alright.
I mean, try.
This isn't just about wetting your whistle. It's dancing,
The devil's done.
You must hear me, devil. I will do whatever it takes. Give you anything you ask.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You do not have it, and you never will.
The Kithrak. What deal would he make with this devil?
You must help me, Raphael. For the sake of my people.
Hush now, Voss. These guests may not know it yet, but they want the same thing that you do. And unlike you, they have something of value to offer in return.
Lae'zel, Telak Magir. The devil holds the key to freeing the Gith people. Right here, right now. You could seal our fate. Whatever you discuss with this devil, I must hear of it. Find me below in the tap room, once you're loosed from his claws.
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
Wait, did you just cure me of the tadpole with a click of your fingers?
Wouldn't that be exquisite? But no. I'm afraid the tadpole is still there. But I did shut out your other visitor for a while, so we can enjoy some privacy. The Illithid can't hear us.
Clever, but when we first met, you promised me a cure. This isn't a cure.
I'd ask you to be patient, but you've been patient enough. Now is the time to speak plain. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far, but no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you, and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though.
The astral prison?
In a manner of speaking. But it's the one inside the prison that you need, not the Illithid, the Gith. I can give you the means to break him free.
Speak, devil. We're listening.
Go on.
The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now.
It's very convenient that you have exactly what I need.
Isn't it just? And it's even more convenient that you can give me exactly what I want in return.
I suppose you want my soul in exchange for the hammer.
You really do think highly of yourself. My sights are set on something much more valuable than your soul. Succulent though it would be. I want the crown that dominates the Elder Brain. And you, Lae'zel of Kalir, want to free the Forgotten Prince, do you not?
I want nothing more.
Then it is settled, is it not? A crown for a hammer. A bargain of a lifetime, Lae'zel of Kalir.
I mean, I'm tempted, but tell me why you're so eager to get a hold of the crown.
I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Karsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the Empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky like angels with broken wings. The screams, oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting, and Karsus was responsible. Not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. A crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him. Karsus's folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world, and the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the Nine under one Archdevil Supreme. Me.
I mean, the idea of you ruling all nine hells doesn't fill me with joy.
The hells require order to function. It is what separates us from mortals and demons. With the crown, I would impose perfect order, unity, efficiency, control. My kingdom would control its borders and stay within them.
And why have you got hold of the crown already?
It was stolen from right under my nose all those centuries ago. The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He is not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited, ever watching for more than 1,000 years, for a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor. They brought the crown back into play.
I mean, it really must annoy you that some mortals managed to steal the crown when you couldn't.
Yes, it does. Especially when I see what a bloody mess they've made of their whole scheme. They must have raided Mephistopheles' vault. Impressive, I must admit. But they'll be dead soon. If you don't kill them, the Elder Brain will. It doesn't have feelings in the way you'd understand them. But it seems rather angry. It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the mind flayer in your head. Take Raphael's deal and you could free Orpheus. With Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side. And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Carsus to the devil himself. He claims his ambition is to unite the Hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? Do you trust him more than you trust the Emperor?
Skvar! We should do as the devil asks. The Prince of the Comet must rise again.
Oh, I don't get give me a minute. Oh. I mean, I like Raphael. Oh, this is... I wasn't expecting such a decision. But I also don't like working with a mind flayer. I also don't like the fact that the mind flayer compelled me has been lying to me this entire time. Oh. Don't turn off of me, TV. I'm thinking. Oh. Go on. I like Raphael. I agree to the deal. Where do I sign?
Right here. You'll find everything is in order. The moment I have your signature, you will have the means to free Orpheus. The hammer. You guarantee the crown will be mine once the brain is defeated, and I swear that I will never use the crown to dominate a mortal.
And what happens if I don't give you the crown when the time comes?
I will come to collect. If you refuse to give me the crown, I collect your souls instead. And then we all gather in the House of Hope. Me dressed in my finest silks, you skinless, hanging from a hook to watch as your world dies.
I do trust him. I wish I could investigate the contract a little more. I have a proper look. Let me roll an investigation check, you bastards. Yeah, go on. We'll go with Raphael. I don't trust the Mind Flayers, don't trust the Parasites, don't trust the Emperor. Sign the contract.
Perfect. One more rhyme, for old time's sake. The master was slain within his own house. They dined on him both, the cat and the mouse. The hammer is yours. You will find yourself in Orpheus's presence before the end comes. When you do, shatter the chains that hold him. Be sure to keep the hammer safe until then. Your survival depends on it. And I'll keep your contract safe in my House of Hope. I'll be seeing you, and when I do, we dine.
The ink has barely dried, yet you feel a growing disquiet at what exactly you just signed. Perhaps a diabolus can offer some comfort. Or a way out. For a devil's bargain is a hard one to break.
I have made a deal with the devil.
I'd sooner have imagined shattering a planet with my bare fist than taking a deal with a devil. But we shouldn't regret the bargain, not for one instant. Raphael can have his crown, if it means breaking Prince Orpheus free.
I mean, can we trust Raphael? The Orphic hammer could be worthless.
You're right to question. Devils are slippery creatures. They twist their tongues into knots to convince you a rock pile was mithril. Ask Will. He knows that better than anyone. But a broker is as bound by his contract as his buyer. The hammer must be real, or Raphael could never have the crown. Now, to the Sorcerer's Caress taproom. We must tell Voss the news.
You're right, we must. After I go to camp quickly and have a quick chat with everyone.
I thought I'd lost you. Something was blocking me from hearing your thoughts.
I'm just glad to have you back.
And I you. It's concerning that something could come between us like that. Especially when we are so close to the Elder Brain. Do you have any idea what it was?
It was Raphael.
Raphael? Well, thank you for your honesty. Of course, I should have known the devil would come sniffing. The stench of impending chaos is irresistible to them. And what did he want with you?
He offered me a deal.
How very gumptious of him. What were the terms of this deal?
It doesn't matter, I turned down his offer. Oh. Bend luck. Please work. Oh. Yes! Just! Whew. That's the 20 I wanted. That's the 20 I needed.
You did. glad, but be careful. The devil is like a cockroach. No matter what you do to it, it will always come back. I doubt this will be the last time you are approached. I trust that you will continue to remember who is really on your side. Without my protection, you cannot defeat the Elder Brain. You cannot even get close to it, no matter what the devil whispers in your ear.
How can I assist?
Louvre. Actually, speaking of that, just carrying people's corpses and things. Where's that hammer? Give it to Lae'zel.
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Baldurin?
Baldur's Gate was a safe refuge when I left it. This must be Gortash's doing.
As long as Gortash is in charge, they'll be left shivering at the gates. All part of the plan, of course. Step 1. Create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2. Shut the gates in the name of security. Step 3. Bask in the applause. Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gortash and his allies in their own blood.
Seems the Grand Duke Stelmane has been murdered. Did you know her at all?
I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8, at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds, as she floated from one room to the next as if carried by clouds. The second time, Stelmane was different. Even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. Every word she spoke took great physical effort. A stroke victim? I asked Father later. No, he said. A stroke survivor.
And gone before her time. It sounds like... what a tragedy.
Not a tragedy. A calculated cruelty. Think about it. My father was tadpoled. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control, he must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it. As glad as I am to have the hammer, I'm not so sure a devil's deal was the way to go here. I hope you know what you're doing would be the trite thing to say here, but it suits the occasion.
Alright, let's speak to Karlak, because she's the one who knows about devil's deals. She might have a go at me.
Hey, soldier.
Alright, you have nothing to say. Let's go.
The great devil grows sloppy. He makes his offer, but only after telling us where to find what we seek. The Orphic Hammer. And still you signed his contract. Perhaps it was the wiser course.
But I have trouble believing our problems can be solved so easily.
I don't care what he's offering. I wouldn't have been so quick to sign with the devil. Then again, it's not my name on the page, so what should I care?
I can't believe you signed that contract. We'll discuss this later. What's on your mind?
It's certainly good to be back at camp. How I've missed the smells.
All's well that ends well, eh, boy?
Indeed. And I'm sure Dringo will do a great job. He always took good care of me.
Yeah, like I was going to give up Scratch.
A pact made with Raphael will surely bring nothing but misfortune. As much as I would like to be proven wrong.
Alright. Well, that's everyone chatted to. Leave the camp.
Destiny waits in the wings. Find
Yeah, how do I get to that tap house then? Oh, is it down these stairs?
Journey to the Underdark.
Doesn't make any sense.
You will when you've met the drow.
There's no door out of here.
What were you thinking?
Ah, here. You haven't even got inside yet.
Voss, friend to the Comet.
Lae'zel of Kalir, warrior of warriors. Tell me you took the Devil's deal. Tell me you will free Gith's heir.
Show him the hammer.
You lied to me. In spite of all our progress together, still you would abuse my trust.
The Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from the Lich Queen's tyranny. Can it be? Will the mighty Prince Orpheus soon illuminate the astral plane?
Gith's son will soon ride against Vlaakith, Voss, and I will follow him into battle.
And you will wield the greatest gift Mother Gith ever granted her dauntless children.
A silver sword. I will carry it for the honor of Gith, the great liberator, and her unforgotten son.
Istik, now that you have the hammer, you must find a way to enter the astral prism. Once inside, smash Orpheus's bonds. His cry will shake the plains, and I will fly to your aid. The Prince of the Comet will sear the heavens again. Let the Lich Queen tremble.
Think again. I will not permit your entry.
Okay, probably shouldn't have been so blatant. I forgot that I was being watched eternally by the guy in my brain. Is there any way I can convince you?
There is not.
Questions, Istik? You seem to be lost in thought.
Orpheus sensed the tadpole before, and his guards attacked. Won't he attack if we free him?
The Prince of the Comet aches for Githyanki liberation more than he abhors Geich. He might seethe when you free him. He might gnash his teeth and slander your name. But he will see reason. I promise you.
I mean, getting into the Astral Prison will be complicated.
Yes, but you will meet this challenge, as you've met so many others.
We showed Voss the hammer, and he gave us a powerful silver sword, the highest grade of weapon in Githyanki custom. He left it to prepare for the revolution. Okay.
Like will be done.
You have the key to my heart in that.
I put it on especially for you.
Don't take it off later. I want to give it a good rumple.
Alright, what now?
Since I was old enough to hold a blade, I've dreamt of wielding a silver sword. The swords cleave both meat and mind, body and brain. To swing one, mesmerizing. To be slain by one, agonizing. Everyone I bleed with the sword will be my tribute to Prince Orpheus.
Think of all your knowledge on the silver swords.
You recall another fact about silver swords. The Githyanki forbid their use by all other peoples.
The Gith are only permitted to wield these swords, right?
Only Gith's children may wield swords of silver. Unless a Githyanki grants the right in exceptional circumstance. The Illithid Grand Design nears. The true heir is shackled. These are exceptional circumstances. I grant my allies the right to my silver.
Could the sword be enough to break Orpheus free?
Certainly not. Or the Prince's honor guard would have already fractured his prison. To break Orpheus free, we will need the Orphic Hammer.
And what makes the silver sword so special?
A Kithrak's silver sword is more than a weapon. It is an extension of your will, an entire limb unto itself. You merely need to think strike, and it strikes. The sword carves the correct path, and carries your arm with it. The ancient slates tell us that each sword holds a fragment of the living gate, a flesh portal made from the stuffs of nightmare. The silver injures the body, the gate's flesh injures the mind. A formidable weapon against Geich.
I mean, on to other
Very
matters.
well.
Leave. Well, I've torn
Hey.
that relationship up.
You paid Raphael a visit. I want to hear all about it. Damn, Hoots! That new batch burns stronger than a pit fiend's fist.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Take it however you want. But I'll be having my usual from now on. Oh. Raphael's latest client. Savior of the city, he says.
I hope you're right about saving the city.
The boss is always right. Even though he's so very wrong.
You're very enthusiastic. You really like working for Raphael?
More than anything. My old dwarfen master used to beat me and feed me scraps. Raphael treats me right and feeds me well. Better to feast in the hells than go begging in the heavens.
And what is your job exactly?
When I'm not keeping my eye on potential clients like you, I make sure the House of Hope is fully secure.
I mean, who would be stupid enough to break into a devil's home?
Devils often have prettier hordes than dragons. Sneaking thieves into their vaults is a lucrative business. Doesn't usually end well for the thieves. But sometimes the thieves are rich, smart, or well-connected enough to come back in one piece. Take our esteemed Lord Gortash, for example. Talking about this won't end well for either of us. So, if you'll excuse me, conversation's over. I've got to sober up and get back to work.
Take it off later. I want to give it a good rumple.
Eat more fish. It's good for you.
Dancing, dinner,
Right.
Exactly. Pleasure isn't just physical, it's a state of mind. That doesn't make any sense.
You will when you've met the drow. Try the catch of the day.
Oh, Father, give me strength. Oh, save my love. I'm here. I won't let anything happen to you.
Look at you.
Okay.
Exhausted.
Oh,
You've been pulling all nighters to keep watch. I know you have.
Rocks for brains. What were you thinking?
Here.
You haven't even got getting a real.
I am not going inside.
Brothel, pleasure house, den of decadent delights.
Get your seafood here.
Shh. Not so loud. Hear me out. Teresa's caress also has rules.
We are not staying in a brothel.
Okay, yeah. I can break in and destroy the deal if we wanted to.
It's your birthday. You deserve
It's good to know. Group of gnomes. Go to the fireworks.
I'd probably break his.
Such a prude.
Birthday boy's just nervous, but don't worry. Everyone at Shire's caress is a professional.
Why does Bronze Crossing have so few lodgings? We need at least a double bed.
How about the floor?
Shire's caress isn't just about wetting your whistle. It's dancing, dinner, drinks.
Exactly. Pleasure isn't just physical, it's a state of mind.
Damn squatters. Time they got what was coming.
I'm looking for heads. Who wants the bounty?
I know you have.
I don't.
Bloody gnomes. We need to find where they burrowed themselves up. You an adventurer? Looking to pad your purse? Find their foxhole. Bring me their chief's head. The fist will reward you well.
I mean, bringing their head? That does sound a bit radical.
You'll change your mind once they kill innocent citizens. The only language they'll understand is that of intimidating violence.
Sounds like a job for the Flaming Fist.
I agree. But we can't leave our posts. Not with all the patriarchs meeting in Worm's Rock for the coronation. You've the right look. Solid bones. Steady face. The kind that cleans up vermin for pay.
I won't do it.
Then you're no friend of the fist. No matter. I'll find someone else. Most folks around here will do almost anything. You pay them enough.
Footprints, leading right into that cave.
Quite a spot, eh? Knocks the breath out of me to get up here. But the views are worth it.
As long as we stand together.
What if this isn't for our people? What if this is the end?
We let emotion cloud our
Then we should
judgment,
end it
and
on
it
our terms,
almost doomed
not
us.
hiding in fear.
We need strategy.
Alright. Let's go for a side save.
Te Hathran Rust. Frey Valdisk Durovna. Frey Valdiska Blast.
You've clearly walked into some kind of ceremony, but it's nothing that you recognize. You do recognize the language, however. These people are Gur, a tribe of monster hunters, just like the one you met in the Hag Swamp.
Im Orak. Nete. Krasin. Netra. So, the impossible spawn walks among us in the blazing sun. We have been looking for you.
What do you want with us,
The
Darren?
last time your friend came to our camp, he stole our children, our future. When we sent Gandrel after you, we wanted to interrogate you, to discover how to save our children and then destroy you. But things have changed. You have changed. Is it true you left your master? That you broke the spell that binds you to him?
Well, I mean, kind of. It's a long story, honestly.
There's more dumb luck than any skill on his part.
One is just as important as the other, I find. And our luck has been poor. We have tried to save our children once already, attacking Khazad-dûr's palace at first light. Even then, it was too well defended. But if his own spawn approached, someone he thought he could control, he would throw his doors open and welcome you in. And once inside, you could do what we could not. You could save the children you damned.
You don't know Khazad-dûr like I do. He's merciless. You want me to march into the lion's den and save your children? But I promise you, they're already dead.
How can you be sure, Asterion?
I spent 200 years bringing him victims. Each and every one was whisked away to be fed on that night.
But you never saw him feed yourself. He could keep prisoners for days before killing them. If our children are truly gone, then we ask for blood. I know you can understand that, Spawn.
You owe them revenge, Asterion. If nothing else, you owe them
I
that.
suppose. Yes. Yes. Revenge, I can do.
Thank you. From me and all my people. If you can do this, we will be in your debt. You have lived a life of violence and sin. You have stolen lives, broken families, and caused immeasurable grief. Doing this will not right those wrongs.
If you're trying to encourage me, you're failing abysmally.
But it will be a start. You may still be redeemed. Please go. Time is short, but we will see you again when it is done.
Okay, so I have options. And things I didn't intend to do. But for now, I am going to save. Because I couldn't do that before. Rivington. Alright guys, thanks very much for your time and I'll catch you in the next one.